Have you ever felt the chilling sensation of being watched in the dead of night? What if the shadows in the forest weren't just trees, but something watching you back? Tonight, we venture deep into the dark heart of the woods, uncovering tales of the unexplained, the terrifying, and the paranormal. From ghostly whispers to eerie lights that defy explanation, this journey will challenge your courage and ignite your imagination. Stay with us as we unravel the mysteries lurking in the darkness. You won't believe what we've uncovered. Forests have always fascinated and terrified humanity. Their vast, untamed expanse holds secrets that go back centuries, filled with myths and legends passed down through generations. But why do they evoke such fear? Perhaps it's the isolation, the feeling of being cut off from the rest of the world, surrounded by shadows and an eerie stillness. Or maybe it's the unknown, the sense that anything could be lurking just out of sight. Throughout history, forests have been associated with the supernatural, serving as the setting for countless tales of ghosts, spirits, and mysterious disappearances. They are places where the line between reality and the paranormal blurs, leaving us questioning what we know. One such story begins with a lone hiker venturing into a dense forest at twilight. The path was narrow, flanked by towering trees that seemed to close in with every step. As the light faded, he noticed something, or someone, in the distance. A figure, motionless, standing just off the trail. The hiker called out, but there was no response. He approached cautiously, only to realize the figure had no face. Just an unsettling, smooth surface where features should have been. Frozen in fear, he stumbled backward, and when he looked up again, the figure was gone. Was it a trick of the light, or something far more sinister? Stories like this leave us wondering if we're ever truly alone in the woods. Another chilling account involves mysterious lights that appear in the dead of night. Known by many as will-o'-the-wisps, these lights seem to float through the trees, luring those who see them deeper into the forest. One group of campers described following these lights, mesmerized by their beauty, only to find themselves hopelessly lost. When they finally retraced their steps, the lights were gone and the forest was silent. Could these be natural phenomena, like ignited gases, or something supernatural guiding or trapping the unsuspecting? Such tales remind us how little we truly understand about the world around us. And then there are the voices. Imagine walking alone through the woods, the only sound being the crunch of leaves beneath your feet. Suddenly you hear it, a faint whisper, calling your name. At first, you think it's your imagination, but the whispers grow louder, more insistent. This is exactly what happened to a woman who was hiking alone one evening. She described hearing voices that seemed to come from all directions, echoing through the trees. Despite her fear, she called out, only to be met with silence. The whispers eventually stopped, but the sense of being watched lingered. Was it her mind playing tricks on her, or was something or someone trying to reach out? These experiences lead us to question the nature of the paranormal. Are these events truly supernatural, or are they products of our own fears and imaginations? The isolation of the forest can heighten our senses, making us see and hear things that may not be there. Some scientists suggest that certain conditions, like low-frequency sound waves or magnetic fields, can cause hallucinations or feelings of unease. But does that explain everything? Many cultures have stories of spirits and entities tied to the woods, lending credence to the idea that these encounters may not be entirely in our heads. Perhaps the most unsettling story of all involves a man who went camping deep in an unmarked part of the forest. He set up camp and settled in for the night, but woke up to the sound of movement outside his tent. Thinking it was an animal, he cautiously unzipped the tent to take a look. Standing just beyond the tree line was a figure, its shape barely discernible in the darkness. The man called out, but there was no response. He grabbed his flashlight and shone it toward the figure, only to find nothing there. The forest was completely still, yet he couldn't shake the feeling that he wasn't alone. For the rest of the night, he heard faint footsteps circling his campsite, but each time he looked, there was nothing. What was it that stalked him that night? As we reflect on these stories, one thing becomes clear. The forest is a place of mystery, where the ordinary and the extraordinary coexist. These tales remind us of our own vulnerability, our instinctual fear of the unknown, and our fascination with the unexplainable. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, there's no denying the power these stories have to captivate and terrify. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of the unknown. If these stories gave you chills, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your own paranormal experiences in the comments below. And if you're ready for more, stay tuned. Our next adventure will take us to haunted roads and the eerie secrets they hold. Until then, remember, the darkness of the forest may hide more than just trees.